And we are recording.
Mr. Ron. Does my voice sound deep and sexy?
A little. Like I would. That just sounds like me. Just sounds like me.
This is my Ron impression.
Nice.
Perfect.
I don't even need to think.
If I had a nickel for any time me and Julie say perfect to each other, I legitimately wouldn't have to
Probably
worry
need
about
not to work anymore. Yeah, exactly. Don't have to work anymore. It's amazing.
I could stop selling my foot pictures on the internet, Mr. Ron.
No, they've been good this year. I think I purchased a few myself.
Yeah, it's been a very profitable business. You'd be surprised.
What you've done with the pinky toe.
Yeah, that's right.
I love it.
It took a lot of pinky toe curls to get to that kind of level strength. You know what I mean? So
I'd say it looks good, and the nail polish, fantastic.
I know. They say, especially because it's such a teeny tiny little nail I have on there. They're like, why would you even paint that? But
it is unusually small.
People pay big bucks for the little tiny pinky toe nail.
It is small. Yeah,
but it's not. You know what they say? It's not the size of the pinky toe. It's how you use it.
It's not the size of the pinky toe. It's the color of the nail polish. That's right.
That's right. That's right. All right. So, on that note, people take notes. Sit down, relax. As you can hear, we have my other gay co-host here, the one that fills in. It's Ron Prendimano.
Hi.
We're gonna have a good time, and we're gonna do this in 3, 2, 1.
What are you doing?
Testes in my mouth.
Get on the ground, you fucking pledge.
Ew.
Welcome to the greatest podcast experience of your life. This is the FratChat Podcast.
All young men like 3 things. Food, booze, pussy.
Featuring Carlos Garcia and Chris Moore.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the greatest podcast in the history of podcasting time. It's the FratChat Podcast. I'm Carlos Garcia with special guest host, Mr. Ron Prendimano.
Hello. Happy to be back. Thank you, Carlos, for having me. Very happy.
We are so happy to have you. I'm not going to lie. It's very rare that I'm happy that Simo's not here, but if it means that we get to have you on the show,
I appreciate it.
I'll
love
take
to
it.
Simo, though. Love to Simo. I hope he's whatever he's doing right now on his safari trip. I'm just very happy that he's safe.
Yes. I hope Simo. We hope your enema went well today. Whatever is in there, that gerbil that's been causing you issues. I hope they remove it. Shout out to my co-host, Mr. Mo, with the issues with his anus.
Love you, Simo.
It happens to the best of us. And I do have to apologize also for our intern, Jimmy. I'm sorry for the awkward interaction before the show. He's also half Floridian like you, so but he like leans into it
now. That makes so much more sense now. Okay,
yeah, he really leans into it, as you can see. So
he does.
So that's why he kind of just like stared at you and
I got it. I'm like I'm sniffing your Gainesville all over the place. Yeah,
to be fair, he does that with me too. Like I ask him to do shit and he just stares at me. But
sometimes we stare at people in Florida. It's just we just don't know what to make of you sometimes.
And to be fair, I feel partially responsible because he didn't used to necessarily be like this, but I don't know if you know, he was our longtime intern, and then he kind of became an alcoholic because we didn't pay him with food. We didn't pay him with money. We paid him with like chips and booze. And then he kind of went crazy and was there on January 6th. And, he helped with that. And then he ended up in jail for a while.
No.
And when he got out of jail, we figured, okay, we should give him a job to get him with like help with his like release and shit.
That's nice.
But he doesn't he came out of jail with different. Like he doesn't talk anymore. He just kind of looks at me. It's very shifty.
As long as he works.
But he doesn't really do much of that either. Like he had one button to push, and then he fucked that up.
Never mind.
So Yeah,
I thought he did well, but then again, this is I sense the half floor rating in him.
I mean, he
So
missed the button, Ron. Like it's it's one
oh,
button.
yeah,
You fucking.
I mean, sometimes it's challenging with that button. Sometimes the button's a little off center, and you get a little confused, and
Why did you hit the button now? Oh my! See, this is the shit. He hit the button. This is what he does. This is not the news segment. We're talking about the button. See, this is what he does.
Jimmy.
I apologize in advance.
Oh, Jimmy.
You won't have to deal with him anymore, though.
All right.
He's just the person we put between the green room. But anyways, so happy to have you.
Thank you.
We're gonna have a very, very good show.
I think so.
And I will say though, I'm gonna start you off with a news story because before we get to today's topic that comes, everybody knows that comes later on. We got some jibber jabbering to do first.
Jibber jabbering.
I was sent this. First, I was going to talk about a different news story. To be honest, the Diddy trial has been pretty crazy.
Yeah, I've been following it a little bit. It's crazy though.
It was like the whole thing that Cassie.
Yeah,
apparently Diddy had a stripper pee on Cassie's mouth, but then the stripper came out and said that Cassie was asking him to do it and then was giving him tips on how to do it right because apparently her and Diddy said you're doing it wrong. So then I was like, okay, what? So this is a weird story, and I just feel like there's too much more that has to come out. And so I feel like we'll save that for a couple weeks, and we'll discuss that later. But this story was sent to me, and it was posted on Reddit as well. So if you can check out the video on the subreddit, there was an attempt. And you can't make this shit up, people. These people try to buy a Trump watch. However, as you know, with the president of the United States, sometimes the quality of things are not up to par. So I'm going to play you the news segment in its entirety. It's only a 3-minute segment. So this is, I just feel like normally I read the news myself, but this is too good that I came in. When someone does this just right, you just got to play it. So shout out, to good people who read it for sharing this news segment.
A mistake on a Donald Trump keepsake might be funny to some.
But it wasn't a laughing matter for the couple who paid more than $600 for the Trump-branded watch. The I-Team's Brian Crandall looked into it and is here with what's happening now after we got involved. Brian?
Well, Patrice, Jean, one letter was left off that watch face, and it was pretty much the worst one possible to forget. And after being disappointed with the initial response from the website they ordered it from, the Middletown couple talked to us.
There's a letter T.
I liked it because it's similar to a Rolex band.
Showing support for the president and love for his wife.
Just thought it was really nice. It was beautiful. And I knew it would be something that she'd like.
A limited edition.
One of 250. So that attracted me.
And Tim Pettit shelled out $640 for a watch that may now be even more of a one-of-a-kind than he bargained for.
Get your Trump watch right now. Go to gettrumpwatches.com.
Get it right now.
It's Trump time.
It's Trump time.
Watch after hearing an ad like that one on the radio.
With the president's voice hawking the watches, and I was curious, so I went onto the website.
GetTrumpWatches.com. Pettit picked out the pink inauguration First Lady model.
It has the pink and it has little fireworks on it.
Melanie Pettit likes the style, but it's what this watch does not have that makes it stand out.
I noticed it right away. The T is missing. It just says R-U-M-P.
So it should say Trump.
Should say Trump.
Instead,
it says rump.
She has a $640 rump watch.
Oh,
a
rump watch.
Something without checking their work.
I'm very disappointed. I wanted to be a special thing for her. And we had expected that it would have the integrity of the President of the United States and good follow-through.
The GetTrumpWatches.com site calls its products the official watches of President Trump, but in the small print, it notes that it licenses the Trump name and likeness. The site also states it has nothing to do with any political campaign, that the watches are not designed, manufactured, distributed, or sold by Donald J. Trump, the Trump Organization, or any of their respective affiliates or principals.
I think that someone needs to be aware of it in their licensing department, that someone's dropped the ball big time.
When the Pettits talked to us earlier today, they were not satisfied with what they thought was a lack of response to the messages from the company.
And an apology would be nice for making my wife cry.
All right, so we also reached out to the company's email and have not heard back. But after we sent our messages, Tim Pettit called us back this afternoon to say the company did call him back, telling him they will immediately replace the watch, apologized, and offered an $800 coupon to buy something else, too. I'm Brian Crandall, NBC 10 News.
Get a rump bracelet.
So, NBC 10 News, shout out. I will say, top comment real quick. Someone said, because the guy was like, I thought it would have the integrity of the President of the United States. Lord K. June said, hey, buddy, it does. That is exactly the integrity of the President of the United States.
Where did this take place?
I don't know, to be honest.
Okay.
Couple from Rump Watch.
A rump watch. A pink and firework rump watch. To go with their rump roast for dinner.
Yeah, that's right.
$600 for a watch, for a nice watch is understandable, and I understand them being pissed off, but why are you buying a watch for your wife with another man's name on it?
And here's the thing. For $600, you can buy 3 Apple Watches.
There you go.
Useful.
And you could probably put Trump's face on there if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Sure,
and you can get an actual knockoff Rolex. Because notice that's and they're from Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. Oh, poor
mm-hmm. But this is the kind of thing where you can actually get a knockoff Rolex for $200, which is what. If you notice, she's like, I liked it because it looked like a Rolex.
Yeah.
That's what she says. So you have which is so, selling knockoff Rolexes for more expensive than knockoff Rolexes is such an on-brand Trump thing to do.
Yeah, it's 100% on-brand Trump thing.
I don't even hate him for it because it's there's a sucker born every minute. And I feel bad for this guy because at the end, you can tell that he's genuinely hurt when he's like, they make my wife cry. That one hurt my soul a little bit, I have to say.
I don't hit me my wife cry.
Right in the jejunum. I would never want to make Julie cry.
No, I never want to make my wife cry. No,
I would never want to buy her something that makes her cry,
Absolutely
happy tears. So
why don't you just buy her a nice watch instead of
dude, you fucking idiot. That's what you get. You buy into the cult. You literally buy into the cult. You get culty shit. And that is what they don't give a fuck. And notice that they didn't give a fuck to apologize and do anything about it until the news reached out to them. And then they were like, oh yeah, we'll do whatever it is you want. Then they apologized and gave them an $800 coupon to buy more shit. So you keep patronizing their fucking site. It's like
get a rump necklace to go with your rump watch, and maybe some rump earrings.
And I bet you anything else on the site is probably $1,000. So you get an $800 coupon. So either way, they're gonna win.
Doing something nice for your wife, I completely understand that. But like you said, you bought into the cult. You bought into the cult. It's very hard to.
And I feel bad because the guy.
I do feel bad.
Looks exactly how you think he'd look. He talks from his gallop here. He's got this giant neck.
Sean Connery.
Hello, but it's because he has this big bully neck here down here, like the Lindsey Graham but fatter.
Oh God!
So then the voice kind of comes from there.
I didn't want to make my wife cry.
That's right.
That's exactly. That's probably my best. That's my best.
Should we just do the rest of the show as Lindsay going,
she got a nice rump watch.
That's right. To go along with her nice rump.
Yeah, very nice rump.
Mr. President.
Mr. President. I want some sugar water. I think I'm the guy who made it right. I want some sugar water.
And this has been the Lindsay. What the fuck is this? Mitch McConnell hour.
Mitch McConnell last name.
Brought to you by the FratChat Podcast. Anyways.
Nancy Pelosi.
Oh god, yeah. If you're gonna be an idiot and buy a fucking Trump watch, you kind of get what's coming to you, dude.
I mean, if he was known for his quality and stuff, then I'd say go for it. But
He was literally like his hotels, especially for example.
never stayed in
One
one.
thing he loved about his wife that he went out with at the time, I think it's the one that's buried in his golf course now, because that's
Oh yeah,
what you do. Yeah, he liked that she was able to would pick out things that looked fancy but were made of like the cheapest shit. So literally, he made sure to
that's anybody
spend
over
zero
55.
money.
Anybody
Mhm.
over 55 can do that.
Yeah, so it's like, come on, dude. He's known for being shitty at everything and having shitty quality. So if you spend $600 on that watch, which I guarantee you costs no more than $100 to make,
It's
ship, and
probably like $100, $200 max
everything
watch. Yeah,
at
exactly.
most, because I guarantee it's made in China. Okay, then
Oh,
you
the
kind
tariffs.
of.
That's why it's so expensive. The tariffs.
That's right. It was made for $2, but with the tariff, it was
It's
102.
yeah, oh god.
But if you get it early,
Yeah, early bird special. Save
Jesus, man.
$12.
But anyways, I
Ridiculous.
figured
Absolutely ridiculous.
that's a good one to share. But now moving on, and this one will be a combination, little news. And however, it is a little segment that Seema and I do every week. Because I don't know if you've noticed, Mr. Ron, that
Mm,
uh, a certain crowd, mega, excuse me, something in my throat,
bless you.
um, has a little problem with drag queens, and they tend to demonize them and say that if their kids are near drag queens and shit, somehow there's gonna be
I
sexual
I have
assault.
family members who are
The
against the
drag
drag
queens
queens. Yep.
can't
Mhm.
read to kids because then somehow that makes the kids gay, shit like that. However, if you look at the news out there and you actually take a time to research the subject, you'll realize that there's a correlation between sexual assaults and children in that conversation. However, it's not coming from the drag queen side. It seems that it keeps coming from the side of the accusers, the
Mm,
MAGAs. So
yep.
that's why every week we've been doing a nice little fun segment that we like to call
Not the
Drag Queens. Oh, yeah. Because it's never the drag queens. It
Never.
seems like it's always the MAGAs. Or even the MAGAs pretending to be drag queens, which also happens.
What?
It's like, come on. They put on like a wig, like a shitty wig, and then they try to walk into a bathroom. Like,
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
oh, hey, I'm a drag queen. Look at me. I'm clearly a drag queen.
Oh my god.
I'm clearly trans. I identify as such. You can't persecute me for looking at your kids. It's shit like
Yes, I fucking can.
it's like, yep,
Yes, I can.
you sure can. Arrest that man. Anyways, I have a crazy one, and this one happened in Jeffersonville, Kentucky. And
Ooh.
shout out to the Instagram page Right Wing Watch if you want to follow them. They are very good at catching these a-holes and putting out their stories, especially because this guy was 39 years old, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm going to send you the story so you can look at his picture.
Okay.
Check your email real quick, because I don't know, maybe it's just me, but if you were to ask me, he does kind of look like your long lost brother.
Really? Racist.
He looks like he says perfect while he diddles kids.
Hold on. Hasn't come through yet. There it is. Okay. All right, hold on. There we go. Might look at this on my phone instead. Let me see here. Let me look at this on my phone instead. See what I got going on here. All right, let me see here, Carlos. Let me see what the fuck you sent me.
I'm telling you. You can't even be mad.
I hate you so fucking much.
Look at him, he has the same glasses as you too.
Kentucky
Say it,
who advocates for child abuse in the name of MAGA has been arrested for production and distribution of child sex images.
That's right. He's a 39-year-old Montgomery County man who, as Ron said, has been arrested and charged with multiple child sexual exploitation offenses following an undercover investigation by the Kentucky State Police. His name is Mark Hamilton, and he was taken into custody on April 30th, so not that long ago, after an investigation by the KSP Electronic Crime Branch linked him to the distribution of sexually explicit images of minors through a file share network.
Oh my God, he's got paddles that say "Make kids great again."
Yeah,
Oh, that's fucking sick.
share that shit. He's one of those weirdos that said beating kids and shit
And he's
makes them
happily
better.
married, 39-year-old proud father of 3.
Yeah, they executed a search warrant at his Jeffersonville residence and seized a bunch of digital equipment that will be analyzed at the
Oh
state
my!
police
You are
forensic lab.
fucking sick.
He faces 14 counts of distributing material depicting a sexual performance by a minor over the age of 12, as well as 12 counts of possession of similar material. Each count is a Class D felony punishable by 1 to 5 years in prison. He's currently being held at the Montgomery County Detention Center. And you see his post. You see his post. He has like Donald Trump with
I saw the next slide.
American Eagle arms like floating over DC while there's like a fucking like pickup truck floating behind him. He's one of those weirdos, and he has kids.
Father of 3. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, fucking weirdos.
Oh my God.
We're just adding to the list every single week. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, when you face some idiot who has some biggity shit thing to say about the drag queens, just remember a little segment that you can send them to here at the FratChat Podcast. It's called
Not the
Drag Queens, because it's never the drag queens. It seems the call is coming from inside the house.
In the name of MAGA, that terrified. Tell me it's not a cult. Tell me it's not a cult.
Yeah,
okay? In the name of MAGA, I'm going to molest children. What? That makes no sense. Epstein's dead. Weird. What are you doing? Stop it.
And it's funny because a lot of like, the old conspiracy theories that they used to believe in, that the QAnon shit, was blaming Democrats and saying that they're all like child molesters and shit, sex offenders, and how they have to be taken down. And you think about it, if you look at it, it's like, again, the call is coming from inside the house. So it's just funny. It's like every accusation is always a confession. It always seems
it's
crazy. Crazy.
This is our president's following. This is what people follow. This is what. Oh God, I can't. I don't have words. I don't have words for this shit because it's disgusting. It's disgusting.
We'll come up with words. This is a fucking podcast, Ron. That's why I fucking brought you here.
You son of a bitch.
It's fine. We'll just sit here in fucking silence, Ron. Just like this.
I'm calling the police. They're gonna come take you away. They're gonna come take you away, Carlos. And take you away to faraway places.
They will. They actually will now.
Yeah.
Thanks. I've always wanted to go to Rwanda.
Send you to my home country, Florida. You won't survive.
Oh God, no. Yeah,
you won't survive.
I don't even want to fly anymore. By the way, like now they're having all their shit in Newark.
So if you watched the show before, I've mentioned that I am a flight attendant.
See, they're coming to get me.
I told you, buddy. I told you.
I'm out of here.
The Newark thing is terrifying. I mean, the system, the ATC systems are very old. That is true.
And then there's only like 3 controllers now, as opposed to like what it used to be and shit.
The blackouts that are happening for 60 to 90 seconds, that is truly terrifying. That is something that I will not fly into Newark right now.
I saw the guy who runs the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
He was even caught on record being like, I switched my wife's flight out of there and my own to come into LaGuardia because we're not going to Newark.
What could happen is it's too scary. No, I was actually just talking with a Newark-based crew with my airline, and they were saying how like it's not so, the wait times are ridiculous. Taxi times, getting in line to land, it's ridiculous. If it blacks out, something's going wrong. Oh, that's too terrifying.
Yeah, no. Especially right now, for example, this week we're having crazy rain.
Yeah,
for a whole week.
Weather always delays things. If you're gonna fly right now, if you're in New York and you're in the New York area, fly out of LaGuardia, fly out of JFK. There's White
I'm just
Plains.
not gonna fly.
There's
I'm cool.
Atlantic City. I
I'm
mean,
gonna wait.
there's Long Island if you really have to. The Islip. Like, there's so many airports around here. Just wait for Newark to get the shit together again. I'm sure it'll
Yeah,
be
and
fine once they do,
now,
but it's terrifying.
do you have to use real ID to travel now?
Yes,
Are you?
yes. I am not exempt from that either. I have to use
I have
real
to
ID to
switch
travel as
mine
well.
or passport, I guess. And
You get
mine's expiring
so
soon.
what I've been
Yeah,
hearing is that a lot of people have been using passports. They don't
yeah,
have a real ID compliance, so they use their passport. I use my passport. I use my passport ID card actually.
yeah.
I
New
don't have.
Jersey has now everybody has to have it, but like I looked and it's an appointment thing, and they don't have it for just everybody. But like, for example, people like me, they're just saying just wait till your birthday when your license expires, if it's coming up, and they'll when you switch it over, they'll give you a real ID.
If you have to fly right now and you don't have a real ID compliance, they basically send you to, from what I understand, just like another security thing. And you have to answer a bunch of questions and shit, and then they let you go. So it's
And
basically
now the
like
glove comes out.
kind of you're basically going to like Customs and Border Control in your own country to travel within your country. It's kind
It's
of
so
insane.
fucking dumb, though.
It
It's
is
like,
dumb. It is dumb.
what was my ID before? Was it not a real ID? Is
No,
it a
it wasn't.
Pinky
It was
Promise
fake. It was
ID?
fake.
It
It
was
was fake.
fake. You fucking
They
assholes.
want everybody in a federal database. The state databases don't
Yeah,
work anymore. It's
it's like
ridiculous.
you already have me, man. I have to fucking naturalize myself, which isn't as sexy as you think it sounds.
No, no. It's
Woke up this morning and
I
naturalized
would watch that
myself.
video though of you naturalizing yourself, Carlos.
That's
I would
right.
watch that video. I would watch that.
I had a little American flag. It was a whole thing. It was beautiful.
Oh God.
It was definitely beautiful. But yeah, they already have my fucking print. They have my blood. You have to give them your blood, and they test you for every disease, including STDs,
Really?
just to make sure. Yep.
Oh
I have
God.
to get swabbed and shit. It was cray. It was cray.
I'm in a federal database already just because I'm a flight attendant. So they have me. They know exactly where I am at all times. Like,
Yeah, getting swabbed is very uncomfortable. I was like, Dad, you're doing it too hard.
oh
Yeah, but
no.
it's save me $50 and a copay. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Gotta do what you
Anyway,
gotta do. Anyway, no more about you naturalizing yourself, okay?
that's right. No more.
Let's like to light some candles, play some soft music, and naturalize himself.
That's right.
That's the one I play for myself. Yeah.
It's just me. A little bit of candle. Actually, I have my candles right here.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
There we go. We're gonna naturalize, baby. Here we go.
Oh, nice. And this is a strength and energy candle.
Strength and energy.
Pineapple coconut, which I got right here. Hoboken Candle Store.
Tropic. Naturalization. Oh my God, yes. Give me your rights. Oh my God, yes.
That's right.
Oh,
That's
your
right.
rights.
It's a
give me a nail file.
pretty through store too.
For naturalization.
Cents here in Hoboken. You can go if you're in New Jersey. Get yourself a candle. Or 53 like me. But now you set your mood.
Oh, I love it.
Then you invite maybe a friend or two. Hi there, Ron. You want to get freaky with me?
I do have some avocado salsa from Taco Bell if you'd like. That'll help with the naturalization.
I love Mexican. Dude, Michael, now you're really weird.
I do too, Michael. I do too. I miss you every day.
I miss you, Ron. I see you in your bed. Oh, wait, what? Ew, get out of here, Michael.
We're naturalizing. Leave us alone.
All right, we got to stop this shit. No more naturalizing. Fucking not good. Too much naturalizing going on this episode. I don't like it. I was gonna say Jimmy edited all this out, but he's over there. He's taking it.
He's over there naturalizing himself.
That's right. Now he's too into this. This is weird. I need an adult. Put out this candle.
Oh God. I don't think people aren't going to believe I'm married after this podcast.
Yeah. Don't worry, Jess. The divorce papers are on the way. Yes, you're totally married.
She gave them to me yesterday. It's
Things
fine.
are going well.
Yes, they're fantastic. Love my wife.
Your wife is very happy with you at the
So
moment and totally not packing her things right now while we're talking.
No.
This
I
isn't
can make
even
her
real.
coffee.
We're not even really on the air right now. I'm not even
No.
recording anything. I don't know if you noticed. My microphone's not even plugged in. I'm just, you know.
It's fine.
Run, Jess, run! He's on to us. Anywho,
I tried to naturalize her last night.
That's right. That's right. She saw those pictures of you naturalizing yourself. And she didn't know, you know. She was like, I thought he was a citizen already, you know.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Crazy. It's time to get to it. We really will stop naturalizing ourselves. Because this week we have a very special episode. Mr. Guys. I don't know why I said Mr. Guys. Mr. and Mrs. Guys, you know.
Mr. Guys, you later.
In 72 countries listening now. But we have a special episode now because we're going to call this one The Florida Man Files, featuring Ron Prendimano. And there's so many of these stories that we can read as a recurring thing as you come around here and there. But this is a little segment again, called the Florida Man Files, where common sense packs its bags and heads straight for the exit, and the laws of physics are thrown out the window because we have 100% real Florida man stories, guys. We have guys wrestling gators, we have stealing jets, robbing GameStops, and more. But today, it's not just me and Simo discussing this. We have to bring the one and only Ron Prendimano, or official ambassador of Florida, to the show to discuss these stories. Because Ron is a true Florida native. So, that's right, he doesn't need to naturalize himself over there. So he is here to attempt to defend these insane fucking stories and his fellow Florida man brethren, all without having heard any of these stories beforehand. That's right.
I have no idea what you're going to show me. I have no fucking clue. All I know is that I probably won't be surprised by any of it because it's I was just there this weekend.
That's right.
It's Florida.
That's right. And so he's coming in blind, and he's going to explain maybe what throwing a sandwich at your neighbor in a robbery might totally be a perfectly logical thing to do in Florida. Who knows? So get ready for some hot takes, and because it's going to get real Florida up in here fast. In the Florida Man Files, featuring
Ron Prendimano.
Oh, yeah.
Got the Tampa Bay here. Yeah, there you go, baby. Tampa Bay.
Yep. So, I got 10 Florida man stories here for you, Ron. And I got them. They're shortened. Don't worry. I know Florida people have the attention span of a squirrel, so I made this nice and short for you.
You
you can, they're like 2 little paragraphs tops.
So that's so much reading.
Quick. And don't worry. Eventually, along the way, we might redeem Florida a little bit.
Okay, I'm going to do
it. It is hard to do it. So
I will redeem my state, my love, my land, my country.
Let's see. Let's see how you do here.
Let's go.
So, our first story.
Please don't be from my hometown. Please don't be from my hometown.
For the purposes of this, we kept things, a little discreet. So no worry, we won't put necessarily.
I mean, it's from my hometown. It's from my hometown. It's fine. I am from the Tampa Bay region, so it's very possible.
We'll see if Tampa Bay comes up. I don't remember necessarily writing towns because fuck Florida. It's all Florida.
Yo, what the fuck, bro?
I'm getting you ready. There's gonna be a lot of Florida, shit coming up. So I'm getting you ready in the zone and getting you on the side of your state. I have to be against it.
Do you? Okay.
I'm just doing my job.
All my friends up here think this is the craziest Florida story, okay? In 5th grade, the 5th grade trip we went to a dairy farm, okay? Why are you already laughing? It's educational, okay? It's a dairy farm. And they have this one cow where, they did, not experiments, it sounds weird, but basically, they had you can unplug one of the cow's stomachs, and you got to stick your hand inside the cow and pick up the stuff that they were digesting in the cow. This is a common thing.
What? What? This is not a common thing. This is not a common thing. This is not. No, I didn't fucking go to a field trip where they say, look, there's the fucking cow with a hole in its side. Stick your hand in it and see its pre-digested poop.
That's exactly what it was. Yeah, you got the big long plastic glove, and you stuck your hand in there, and
yeah, no, that is not normal.
This is fifth grade, man.
Why would you even want that? Why would you even want to fucking do that?
It's educational.
You said in the fifth grade?
Fifth grade, yeah.
In the fifth, why would a fifth grader want to fucking do that and see that?
I don't know, but that was part of the whole thing. It's like,
what did you learn that day? That if you make a hole in a cow, you can fucking what? Stick your hand in it?
How was that helpful? Stainless steel containers. That's what I learned.
Did you learn how to milk a cow at least, or were they all guy cows?
Yes, I did. I learned how to milk it. No, not like that. The sideways. Yes,
this is a guy too.
No,
I got some milk out of this one.
That was after the field trip, but we got to milk the cow, and it was fun.
Yeah, you got to milk it with two hands.
No, it was an actual cow, not like this.
Just right your face. Sometimes a third cow would pop in there, like, oh wow, this is getting fucking crazy.
You really have to tug on them, man.
I know. It's you get really gotta, if you want it done right.
Every time I tell this story, I'm so excited, and then I just regret telling it immediately.
I don't really know why you would tell me that story to start the show. You're definitely not helping. You're not helping your case, nor Florida with that one. So
I was educated. Oh, first story. Let's go. I'm tired. Let's go.
I think we already have Florida -1 here. I was going to start it at 0.
I will redeem.
But you start with this story that you fucking people take children to fucking see the holes in cows' stomachs in goddamn field trips and traumatize them for life.
It was not traumatizing. Obviously, it was positive memories.
Yeah, you turned out fantastic.
I turned out fine. I made this coffee. I want you to know.
As he drinks whiskey at 2 PM.
And if I did drink whiskey, it's fine. It's afternoon.
That's right. Anyways, up to the first story.
Bullshit.
This one.
I miss you, Simo.
Oh, don't worry. He would be on my side here. I know him.
I bet he would. I bet he fucking would.
It would be 10 times worse if he was here.
Oh, God.
That's why we got to do this again. But anyways, this one.
Let's do it.
Florida man leads cop on low-speed chase while drinking in a stolen street sweeper. So, of course, only in Florida would a man steal a street sweeper and take it for a joyride at 13 miles per hour.
That's fast for a street sweeper. That's pretty fast.
That's right. Apparently, he stole it from a construction site, cracked open a beer mid-chase, and led cops on what could only be described as the slowest possible police pursuit that still somehow required backup. Witnesses said he was weaving through traffic cones like he was trying to qualify for the Daytona 500 in a giant fucking vacuum cleaner. And at one point, he even tried to lose the cops by taking a hard right into a cul-de-sac. I said the goddamn street sweeper was suddenly going to gain like stealth mode or something. After an intense 45-minute crawl, he was finally boxed in and arrested with charges including grand theft, DUI, and allegedly cleaning the streets better than Florida ever has.
Cleanest streets ever. And here,
That's right.
Let me say this. The man top speed on the street sweeper was 13 miles per hour.
That's right.
Okay. He's drinking a beer, respect, and he's weaving in and out of cones, and it took the officers 45 minutes to catch him. The idea of going 25 miles per hour and parking in front of him to stop him wasn't an option.
To be fair, those little things, they're like in a mini little tank, like you gotta buy like
he was doing God's work by clearing the streets, cleaning the streets. Right. Okay, he was drinking a beer probably because he gets paid shit. Okay, and the cops still could barely catch him. And what did we ever ask why he stole it? Did we ever ask why, Carlos? No, we didn't, did we? We just go in and accusing this guy, Grand Theft Auto. Is that going to be in GTA 6? I could steal a street sweeper?
I mean, I would totally play it if you could.
But that guy, hero. That guy deserves a statue. I would love to know what county of this was, because this is truly magnificent. If you were able to find this county, I may be able to elaborate more.
Let's see. I got you.
It's you couldn't catch the guy. You couldn't fucking catch the guy. It's amazing to me.
It was in Sebring, Florida.
Sebring. Okay, I've had wrestling meets in Sebring, Florida. I think my friend lives in Sebring, Florida. Yeah, that's wild. That's insane. You know what? I will defend that man every step of the way. Hopefully, he's not like a pervert or a child molester. Then I will not defend him. But anyway, listen, I couldn't get rid of the cops for 45 minutes on a street sweeper. I couldn't do that. I'd be captured in 5. I'd be captured in 5.
I mean, for me, that would be like, oh, he's Latino. Shoot his ass. Shoot to kill.
Yeah,
Shoot to kill.
yeah,
I think what maybe saved him was that he cracked open that beer, and in Florida, you know, you don't want to. They respect good beer. I will say, of anywhere
we tend to.
It's like this is a good party city, pretty good party state. I feel like they will be like, shit, he's got a beer. You got to at least wait till he finishes.
That I have to admire the officers on. That is respect for your fellow Floridian.
Yeah, totally. Like if he wasn't, maybe they would have just shot to kill too. You know, but you know,
I mean, it was a 45-minute chase on a street sweeper.
Yeah, no,
that's
ridiculous.
awesome. I gotta ask my friend if he knows anything about that. That's fucking great. Oh my
and
God.
I also feel like maybe the cops just didn't want to catch him. You know what I mean? They're like, fuck, like this is kind of fun.
Yeah, but you can't be like, you know, what happened to the chase? Oh, he got away. Well, how fast was he going?
Yeah, totally.
He was cleaning the streets. It's just he really knew how to drive that thing. I've never seen anyone drive a street sweeper like that before. It's truly miraculous. And you know what? We got to reach out to Johnny. He doesn't have to do the streets this week because they are immaculate right now.
That is crazy.
No.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. You at least made me feel for the guy. I totally excuse him.
No,
but I would maybe give him time served if I'm a judge.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, you know, slap him a fine on his wrist and say, "Don't do that shit again," unless he's got like other warrants and shit. But we don't know that. We don't know.
I give him community service and put him back on the street sweeper.
Again, exactly.
That's right, and have him clean the goddamn streets.
Have him clean the streets again. I mean, this is what America's all about, people. Okay? Second chances.
All right. I won't throw him. I won't throw him away in the slam. This is number 10. These will get crazier as we go.
Let's go. I gotta get something. Okay, there
we go. This one, this one actually happened in Pasco County, Florida.
So Pasco County, I grew up in Hernando County, which is the county right above, and my father has lived in Hudson, Port Richey, Wesley Chapel. I have been all over Pasco County. So by all means, please, Zephyr Hills. Yeah. By all means. Good water.
And I do know that Hudson is coming up on this list.
Oh, fuck. my dad's second wife lived in Hudson. Oh, my God. All right.
But we'll get ahead of ourselves. Anyway, Pasco County, Florida. And this one is Florida man attacks family with pizza over drinking dispute. So, you know, this one's going to be fun. When his family told him to stop drinking, a Florida man responded by grabbing slices of pizza and hurling them like frisbees of fury at relatives. He was arrested for domestic battery by marinara. No one was seriously hurt, but the house looked like a pepperoni massacre. He told police the pizza was already ruined, which somehow made it okay to weaponize. And when asked if he regretted his actions, he said, "I should have gone with stuffed crust." Florida man once again proving that even pizza night can end in fucking jail time.
I'm sorry.
How do you can justify wasting good pizza like that, Ron?
So, okay, they told him to stop drinking. It's his fucking house. Why can't he drink? Is he being abusive? Is he doing something wrong? And also, he weaponized...
You know how
Carlos, no. Have you ever thrown food at someone before, Carlos?
Never. I don't want to waste food. I'm drinking someone. But you know how drunk someone has to be for a Florida person to tell him to stop drinking?
Yeah, highly aware. I was just there this weekend. Bad times. But yes, no, he weaponized pizza. It's not like he took out a gun and shot everybody. He threw pepperoni at people.
You threw the
That's it.
best possible food at like the worst possible food to waste.
And he said
it's
the pizza was already ruined.
yeah, but how was it ruined?
But come on,
That's
here
hearsay.
in New York and New Jersey, people do much worse than that, and they don't get the cops called on them.
Probably ruined it, and that's probably why they told him to stop drinking. He's like, "God damn it, Uncle Steve, stop jerking off in the pizza, and stop drinking too." That's why you do things like this. And like, oh yeah, well, it tastes my cum pizza, you fucking nerd.
Well,
Guarantee you that's what happened.
why? Well, obviously his drinking was a problem before that, and now they're all yelling at him for it because of this one day. No, fuck that.
I'm sure this guy sucks.
No, the man.
And that's what makes me more mad is that he wasted pizza. Me and you did a whole goddamn tournament of the best burgers.
We did.
I expect you to be on the side of pizza at all times.
I am defending this man because he obviously is going through some things. He's obviously upset because he's drinking. Maybe his wife's cheating on him. Maybe that. And they told him to stop drinking because he started spurting the truth. So he's like, screw you guys, and threw the pizza at people. So, I mean, like, you don't know what's going through this man's head, okay? But yet we're going to put him in the bastard corner because he weaponized, who the fuck says you weaponized pizza?
I mean, that is a very police thing to say.
And they weaponized pizza. I'm going to weaponize this headphone case right here. Oh, God. Come on. Oh, this avocado salsa. There you go, okay? Give me a break. He should once again pay a fine. That's it. It's not like I'm sure the pizza was room temperature. It's not like it's gonna burn anybody. If anything, he's giving food away. Like, no, I'm sorry.
So he's essentially like the what the fuck is that thing with the Japanese cooks when they throw the shrimp at you? You know,
the hibachi grills.
Hibachi, exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly what he is. Look, they set onions on fire in front of me, but nobody they're using fire on onions, but they're not weaponizing them. No, of course, get the fuck out.
It's Florida hibachi. That's all this is.
Come on, you go in, you break it up, you put it on a warning. That's it, done. Give me a break.
You know, I will say
no. If the combination was like pepperoni and like. I know a lot of people hate pineapples on pizza. I can understand that already being ruined.
That's why it was ruined. They put
I can understand
pineapple on
that.
it.
I like
pineapple
on
pizza.
pizza. I do
it's
too.
so
I
good.
do too. It's very good. Underrated.
Yeah, I don't care what people say, but if you haven't tried it,
the veggie slice. What the fuck is this? There you go.
No,
done.
This is it's fantastic. It's sweet. It's like chicken and waffles. If you hear chicken and waffles and never tried it, it's like kind of a weird combo. And then you fucking have it, and it's like, I don't know why I ever doubted you. I love you.
Bacon and pineapple, fantastic.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Absolutely
Fuck
fantastic.
yeah. The Hawaiian, yeah. See,
now I want Hawaiian. I know Jess won't eat it, but now I want it.
I know, dude. It's so goddamn good.
She's allergic to pineapples.
Really?
Yeah, she's got a weird allergy.
Wow.
Yep,
that's one of the few fruits I like.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. Absolutely.
Like, I mean, I like a few, I guess, but like, Julie loves like all kinds of fruit. Like, she loves apples and shit. I love pineapples. Like, I could eat pineapple every day.
Little hot sauce on it, actually. Really good.
Hot sauce on pineapple?
Hot sauce on pineapple, like put hot sauce on a mango or something. Yeah, delicious.
I wouldn't run a good mango like that either.
Listen. Anybody from Brooklyn, anybody from New York City, hot sauce and mangoes, delicious.
Well, anybody from New York City doesn't fucking know what a real mango is unless they get it from the lady in the subway. Because my grandma used to have a goddamn mango tree in her yard where little Carlos would run up. Grandma, I want mango. And I would bring my little mango down and chop my little mango tree and then I'll have my mango and dance on the mango.
That was you?
That's right. That was me. Meanwhile, in fucking Brooklyn, you have to fucking what do you get? What do you even get a mango in Brooklyn?
You get it from the lady in the subway. She's got the cups. You go to her, it's like $2 or some shit like that. Yeah, I don't know how much they cost.
Those always scare me though. It's like, how do you keep them fresh?
Yeah, no, the heat is not. It's not good. If they're on
the subway too. It's even outside the air in New York.
You get hungry in the subway, Carlos. That's what happens.
That's right.
You
remember it was winter time. I could see it, but outside, like, where like the fruit is kind of cold, but like after like an hour.
They're not outside. They're cold.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like depending on why this pizza was actually ruined, I'll take the side of the pizza. But
There's
again,
a lot of
you're doing
missing
a pretty good
holes
job.
here, Carlos. There's a lot of missing holes here. You can't just throw the pizza or the blame at the guy. There's a
That's
lot of
right.
missing holes. There's a lot of holes. It's a Swiss cheese story, man.
Maybe if there's a hole in the pizza, that's how he ruined it. But that's another story for another day.
Another day.
This next one is now going to Hudson, Florida.
God damn it. Same county, by the way, for those. Same county.
Oh, very nice. So down we were down the street to Ron's life. And this one, God.
Oh, God.
You can't make this up. So wearing a shirt that says crime pays, a Florida man entered a Dollar General and tried to steal multiple items right in front of the cameras. He was caught within hours, which is what happens when you dress like your own fucking arrest warrant, you goddamn idiot. Police booked him while still wearing the shirt, which I guess now qualifies as state property. And it's literally like the dumbass who like would rob a bank with a name tag on. Like, what the fuck, dude? Why wouldn't you throw away the shirt? Who commits a crime when wearing a crime pay shirt?
I mean,
Hudson, Florida. How do you defend this, bro?
Why was he? Oh, why was he stealing stuff though?
From Dollar General?
What, motherfucker?
You don't steal things from Dollar General for sustenance.
You get shampoo and stuff there. Absolutely, you do. You get some good. Don't roll your eyes at me, you son of a bitch. I see you. Yeah, no, you get shampoo there. You can get deodorant. You don't always have to go to Walmart to get this shit, man. Okay, you can get. There's some good snacks you can get. Party favors. Yeah, no, dumbass wearing the shirt. Yeah, I can't really defend that. Like that was just too obvious, too stupid. But why was he? Why
I'm not
was he
even taking it off after. You're gonna keep the same shirt you committed a crime with when it's the most rememberable shirt you can fucking wear.
But what did he steal? We don't know, do we? We don't know. We don't know what he was stealing. Does it tell you?
It does not.
No, it doesn't. Exactly. Maybe he needed essentials. Maybe he was hungry and wanted some Dots pretzels or whatever they're called. Okay?
Oh, God.
You can't just, I will not forgive him for wearing this shirt. But why was he stealing stuff? That's the question we need to ask, Carlos. Hudson, there are some not the greatest of areas. There are some very, lower class areas, man. Like, lower class, poverty. Like, no. Poor dude. Was he messed out? Probably. But why was he messed out? That's the question.
He was found with marijuana and methamphetamine in his possession.
Oh, you just left that out, didn't you, Carlos? Yeah, really made.
I mean, I'm trying to make him look good here for you.
No,
but
he listen. We've smoked marijuana before. We've been there, and sometimes the meth. You need that better high. I've never done that.
You never need a better high. I'm good with the weed
personally, but
if I need a better high, I'll take a dab.
We don't know what's going through. Oh, fuck no. We don't know what's going through his life, bros.
Yeah.
We just don't.
So he can afford meth and weed, but he has to and a funny shirt that says "Crime Pays." Which I'm telling you, Spencer's Gift Shop at least charging $29.95.
I guarantee.
And he has to rob.
I guarantee he stole that shirt too.
Yeah, that checks.
I mean, it's hard for me to defend this guy because he was just too fucking stupid. But yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, this one.
This one
I'm siding with not the Florida man here.
Yeah, it's a little hard for me to defend this one. I'm not gonna lie, but little dumb.
However, let's see. Moving on to St. Mary's, Georgia, just north of the Florida border.
That's not Florida, Carlos.
Oh well, he was like just north because he was a Florida man that crossed the border for the purpose of this crime.
Okay, all right, I'll let you go ahead.
So cross the border. Not goddamn Florida. We should build a wall. Anyway. In what can only be described as the worst disguise in criminal history, a Florida man attempted to rob a GameStop while wearing a clear plastic bag over his fucking head. That's right. Clear as in transparent, where you could see his entire fucking face, his goddamn facial expression, and his goddamn even acne scars. Security footage later helped police ID him instantly because, again, you could literally see his fucking face like a selfie. The man was charged with robbery and stupidity in the first degree, and the bag tragically remains at large. So, for any investigation, send us that bag.
Maybe that was all he had. He really wanted to get his kids a video game, and that was all he had, so he just went with it. He figured it'd be better than nothing.
No, that wouldn't be better than nothing. It was literally like wearing nothing. In fact, nothing would be better because he probably couldn't breathe real good during that.
Yeah, he probably not.
He literally could have died.
But he didn't. Once again with the eye roll, man, you know, like, this is... The guy's a dumbass. What do you want me to say? He tried his best. He gets an A for effort. Okay.
No, he doesn't get an A for effort at all. He gets an F for effort.
He didn't.
He would have taken at least some marker and like paint around the eyes of the bag so they can just see the eyes and everything else.
Then they would have made fun of him for that.
Whatever. You couldn't have identified him. They wouldn't know who to make fun of.
But why did he go into Georgia? There are plenty of GameStops in Florida.
I mean, he put a fucking clear plastic bag over his head to disguise his face. All right, you tell me, Ron. You tell me. You're the expert. You're the ambassador for your wife. We're here.
Listen, okay, let me explain a little story about Ron, okay? When Ron was a teenager, okay, him and his friend Brad.
Naturalize themselves everywhere.
We're getting there. We thought it would be funny to put condoms over our head.
No.
And run around blowing them up. And I was running around screaming, I am Trojan Man, I am Trojan Man. Everybody thought it was funny. Next thing, my buddy was doing it as well. His broke, his was bigger. So we go.
Not the size, is how you use it. Remember.
Exactly. I know. So Pop comes up and he gets my friend and he's like, you know, what are you doing running around? Like scaring the shit out of my friend. My buddy starts crying his eyes out. And I'm over here like, oh fuck, it wasn't him, it was me. I'm gonna go up to him, okay? And I go up to the cop and go, sir, it was me doing it. It was me. And his response was, listen, I was a cop in New Jersey for 14 years. I think I know the difference between a red shirt and a gray shirt. I was wearing red, he was wearing gray. Obviously, the cop is a fucking moron because he saw me, not him. Okay? The point of this is, if the clear condom can protect our faces and not know who we are, that guy had a chance.
From trained police. Okay.
From a New Jersey cop for 14 years. Listen, what happens in Manchester Township stays in Manchester Township.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
Wow.
If we could fool people with that, yeah, that is my.
So you're saying there's a chance. Okay.
That's exactly what I'm saying. You were not ready for that, were you?
I really was not. I was not at all ready for that. I did not. Wow. Because to be fair, the most excusable thing that I think he has is robbing a GameStop. Anyways, because people at GameStop are always dicks, the workers there.
They really are. It's amazing.
Especially if you're trying to trade anything in. They're like such smug fucking assholes about it. Yeah, it's like, well, what do you think it's worth? And then they're just like, really? Like, this is worth 14 cents, you jackass.
You're 17 years old, you get paid minimum wage, you don't know shit about life.
Yeah, they wonder why they went out of business. It's because they always hired like these miserable pricks in every fucking store.
Go naturalize yourself. Yeah, exactly.
That's right. I literally went to trade like a Sega Genesis with a bunch of games, controllers, all that worked perfect.
You're just giving it to me, buddy. I was just taking it for it.
I mean, I was struggling for money. That's the only reason because I would never get rid of it otherwise. But I was like, I got to at least get like $400 or $500 for this shit. This will be worth thousands in a couple of years when none are left. And especially with all the games that had like great shit. And the guy literally offered me $43 for everything. And
Ooh,
he was
that's
such
it?
a smug prick. And I literally like, I had my parents
$100.
waiting outside, and I was like, you guys fucking suck. And I said, I'm never coming back here again. And I was going to buy something. And I said, nope, I don't even want to give you money anymore. And 6 months later, I came back to visit my parents, and that store was out of business. I was like, ah!
So you
Fucking
never,
jackass.
so did you sell your Sega or no?
No, I kept it. I took it as a sign from God that I should just keep it. And I'm glad I did, because,
We're on a
I almost
mission
made
from
it,
God. Yeah, no, that's
through. Or the universe, whoever
yeah,
it
whatever.
is. But anywho.
So yeah, there was a chance with the bag on. End of story.
Okay. I'll give you that one, Ron.
Thank you.
I'll give you that one. Anyway. For this next one, there's no way you can explain this, but I don't think.
Bring it on, baby.
There's such thing as too stupid.
Okay.
So, two Florida men.
Two?
So not one, but two. And this happened in Daytona State College and Daytona Beach, Florida.
Okay. Happy areas. Your bike week is there. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
okay.
I love Daytona. I have to say, it's good times.
Beautiful city.
Had a lot of sexy time there in spring break a couple years ago. Thank you, chlamydia. Anyways, two Florida men called for help after claiming that they were stuck inside a janitor's closet at a Daytona center for 2 days, unable to escape or get help. However, when police arrived, they opened the door, which was never fucking locked in to begin with. It opened outwards with no keys, no locks, just the other fucking way. When asked why they didn't leave sooner, one of them reportedly said they thought they were being watched. What they were being watched by? Ghosts, tennis pros, their own paranoia is fucking unclear. However, police found drugs at the scene and arrested both men, proving once again that the real prison is the one you build in your own brain with a meth hammer. You fucking dumb fucks. How do you excuse two people locking themselves in an unlocked closet for 2 whole days?
So, they're obviously under the influence of some sort, okay?
Well, yeah.
However, I have seen sober people struggle to get in a Starbucks because they don't understand the difference between push and pull.
Yeah, but for 2 days?
Listen, if I didn't help some of these people, they might have been pulling at the door for 2 days.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They had a second person there also being like, damn.
I've seen 2 people be stupid at the same time. Push. Okay?
Yeah, like this.
Once again, they were drunk. And listen, that part of Florida is a very haunted state, okay? There may have could have been ghosts there, Carlos. To say that there wasn't is, how dare you? There was
Why would a ghost haunt a janitor's closet?
Maybe they were murdered there. Think about it.
It's not bad.
Maybe they were murdered there. Maybe they lost their job and can't, maybe this is where their unfinished business takes them because they didn't finish mopping or something like that. Okay?
That's
So
terrible.
They're
Unfinished
in the
business.
afterlife to mop the floor. Yeah. He said, "Oh, I'll come back and take care of this when I'm done." And got into a car accident and died. Okay, because he left. And then
That's a
now he's there.
terrible ghost.
And now he's stuck there, mopping floors on all of eternity.
And lock it. But wouldn't he want the people to get out of the closet then so he can mop the floor?
Maybe the meth opened their eyes to see the spirit and they got scared.
I still think the ghost would want them to leave so he can mop. Otherwise, they're just stepping on his mop floor.
They were afraid to go out there because they saw the ghost. I'm just worried about where they're defecated in and stuff like that. Like, did they find a bucket? Like things. That's what concerns me.
Oh, so
and
now
also
you're concerned for the ghost.
2 days. Like, what were they eating? Like, you will get hungry after 2 days. And what is it? 3 days you can live without water. Like, and
Yeah.
I'm sure it wasn't very comfortable in there, like temperature wise.
Yeah.
But they had their meth. That means they had enough meth to get by.
They did, but they had enough where there were still drugs there when the cops showed up.
No, where's the security there? You didn't see anybody going there? Where's the security there, man?
I mean, it's Florida. How much security can you have?
Enough.
All the shit happens in Florida, even with places that are quote unquote secure.
Yes, I know that. But if these guys are on cameras, somebody's not doing their job, because if these people were stuck in as a college, right?
Yes.
They were stuck. They're really not doing
Tennis
their job.
center.
So now you're telling me that anybody could just go walk on and just go sit in a janitor closet for 2 days and nobody would fucking know? Isn't how shootings happen? I mean, get serious here.
That's fair.
Yeah,
However, it happened in the tennis center of the college, so maybe like they just didn't have tennis going on that weekend.
It's Florida. Tennis is 364. There's like one day they don't do it a year. Okay.
It's hot. I don't want to play tennis out there. Fuck that.
You go in the morning when it's cool.
Florida summers.
Mm.
I don't know, Ron. I'll give you this. I'll excuse one of the idiots, but I won't excuse two, because one of them had to fucking at one point say pull or push.
Maybe they were claustrophobic and were terrified.
So that would make you fucking pull or push the door like this.
Also, they opened
like
it. They opened it from the outside. How do we know it wasn't locked from the inside? We just assumed? Because the cops are like, oh, you got this cop thinking he's all big dick because of his badge. Oh, hey, we just opened the door. Oh, you guys dumbasses, I'll give me your drugs. Like,
that would be the only way I could excuse him, if that exactly happened. And it actually wasn't.
And the police report, which goes public immediately.
And it was locked.
Yeah.
That I could give you. Maybe it was,
or
if the ghost locked the door, and then
maybe that cop was supposed to be on duty at that college and wasn't there, and then he's like, "These guys were dumbasses." It's kind of cover his ass.
Dirty.
Anyways,
I don't know why that's so funny. Oh God. Okay, but you see what I'm saying?
I can see what you're saying. I can see what you're saying. We'll see.
It's getting harder to defend.
One thing that you can throw in there is that will only cloud things is that I do have a mistrust for the police sometimes. And I have dealt with some very shiesty Florida police before.
Yes, the guy from New Jersey who didn't know any of the difference between red and gray shirts. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I've dealt with some shit out there myself. I've had some good cops out there, but also some terrible cops out there.
Yeah, most encounters I've had were fine, but there have been very few that was like, whatever. Very few.
There's always a jackass.
State troopers are always assholes. It's not all, but a lot of them are.
But since knowing that, the one thing that could get me on slightly on the Florida man side is thinking, a cop is very much capable of lying in some cases. So,
speaking of Florida Highway Patrol, the state troopers, Governor DeSantis, I don't have the article in front of me, but apparently now the Florida Highway Patrol, the state troopers, can pull people over, check their documents, and detain them now.
What?
Yeah. Let's see if I can find this.
That's wild.
Patrol. Let me see here. Let me see. Yes. Florida Highway Patrol can now detain, identify, and deport undocumented immigrants. This authority has been granted under the new measures implemented by Governor Ron DeSantis. Let's see the link that they're giving me here. Florida Phoenix, something on Facebook. Yeah. Crazy, right?
Wild. Well, I will not be going to Florida for the time being. So,
yeah.
Stay right here in beautiful New Jersey. Mwah!
You do. Anyways, it's very nice of
them. Anyways, let's see if you can defend this. Okay. When officers pulled over a man riding a lawnmower down a major road, they were greeted with the thick scent of booze and bad decisions. This man was tanked, swerving like it was on a NASCAR track, and he told police that he was headed to the liquor store because he ran out. When the cops gave him a field sobriety test, which he failed heroically, when they asked why he didn't just walk, he said the mower was faster. It maxed out at 6 miles per hour. He was charged with a DUI, and the mower was impounded. Yes, towed like it was a real car. And the only grass he was cutting was the line between freedom and jail. That happened in Marion County, Florida.
Marion County.
So, excuse a man taking a 6 mile per hour lawnmower to a liquor store because it was faster than walking. There's not a chance in hell that's true.
What's the difference between that and a golf cart?
Go-kart's way faster.
You're right, but 6 miles per hour is faster than walking.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. We only
You can
walk about, what,
fucking...
2 to
You can
3
do a
miles per hour?
mile in
About
like 20
20 minutes.
minutes.
Yes, we walk about
And
2 to 3 miles
slowly.
per hour, okay? 2 to 3 miles per hour. He's going 6. He's going to save time. And if he's drunk, he'll feel like fucking
Fast
walking.
human walk. Damn, you're right, Miles. 3 miles per hour.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's right. Florida won. Everyone else 3,000. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. This guy's going faster. And what? Is he on some old
It
country road where
was
he's
faster. It was faster.
and he,
Holy shit. I'm not gonna lie, you shouldn't be driving drunk, but I figure going that slow,
it's a
but he
fucking
was
lawnmower.
faster.
He probably had the blade up so it's not hitting the cement. In Marion County. It's probably something very rural, if I remember correctly. So
Oh
you're going to give
my
him a
god.
DUI. The county's just trying to make money at this point. That's all they're doing
But he was swerving though, which is very dangerous.
on a fucking lawnmower at 6 miles per hour.
Yeah, but he can still fucking get hit.
What? Yeah, he could get hit. Yeah, he could hit somebody, but 6 miles per hour is not going to do much damage.
That's true. It could be like Austin Powers. Ah, and the thing is coming.
It's fucking great.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Oh, it's
Okay.
awesome. So
This one I will gladly take you just because you proved me right with the speed. He was right. It was faster. I can at least sympathize with this guy. So I'll give him 2. I'll give him 2.
given the same situation, I probably would have done the same thing.
Oh shit. Okay, we have 4
Go
more
on,
stories,
Candace.
folks.
I'm gonna put my pinky up for this one.
Yes, I can't believe I am
Yeah,
agreeing with you.
that I knew
But
about the 2 to 3 miles. Yeah, you were shocked when you saw that. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, I know. You were correct. I was very shocked. Give you
Mhm.
some of that truth o'clock there. There we
I didn't finish college.
go.
Go on.
But he did stay at a Holiday Inn Express in Florida.
That's
So
right. I did say the Holiday Inn Express
that's
in
right.
Bayonet Point, Florida. That's right.
Okay, let's see if you can excuse this one. A barefoot Florida man entered a convenience store yelling that he was Mick Jagger and deserved free beer. Then he started dancing badly while trying to steal a 6-pack. The staff called police, but he continued the performance like he was on tour, moonwalking straight into handcuffs. Officers said that he reeked of alcohol, sweat, and delusion. He was charged with theft and public intoxication. Though honestly, he should also have been cited for impersonating someone with rhythm, because good fucking God. Somewhere the real Mick Jagger is kicking in his grave that
Mick
has
Jagger's
been
not
ready for
dead.
him. It's been ready for him for 20 years, but he's still kicking. No, I love Mick Jagger, but
Yeah, no,
really,
my
Mick
mom actually
Jagger looks like
saw
a
him.
prune. He looks
He
so
does.
particular.
However, according to my mom, who saw him in Orlando last year, he's amazing performer.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah,
he
Keith
stays in
Richards will
shape
never
too.
die. Yeah,
And
Keith
I
Richards
think
will
he
never
does
die.
yoga and shit. He doesn't drink much. He takes care of his
No, he
voice.
is no, yeah, he takes care of himself.
Meanwhile, Keith Richards, on the other hand, I think
Listen,
he's
Keith
the
Richards will outlive all of us.
yin and yang, dude. I think if Keith Richards like stopped drinking and smoking, he would die.
He would die. It's like a Willie
Literally. I
Nelson
think
type
that's
of
what's
effect.
keeping him. Keith
Preserving
Richards
his
has looked
body.
76 since he was 22.
Exactly. So I
But Mick
will be
Jagger's face, the point of saying he's pruny is that it's very particular looking. Like you're not,
Yeah,
and he's very skinny.
And women still find him
To be
incredibly
fair, he's
attractive.
Florida crackhead skinny, so maybe I could see it. I could see it.
It's British.
Someone.
Anyway,
I'm just comparing the skinniness.
Can
not...
I defend this story? Is the question.
Go on.
Walks in barefoot, no shoes, no service. That is the thing. But also sometimes people don't give a fuck. So that I excuse the barefoot thing. Don't matter.
Right.
Saying he is Mick Jagger, which is obviously probably weighs too much to be Mick Jagger, and dancing, which I got to give him credit for putting on the show. That's
I'm doing my best Jagger right here.
That was good. I unfortunately I cannot defend this man. I cannot. I cannot. This is it's
Wow.
I mean I have gone into stores myself
Wow.
and danced. I have gone into store, but to already be intoxicated, declare you were someone else, and to attempt to steal the beer. I mean, if you were to go in and declare yourself as Mick Jagger and dance and pay for the beer, I can respect that. But to just, yeah, no, this guy was a dumbass. You got me,
And,
Carlos.
and trying to dance away from the guy. I can't believe it. We did it, people. We did it. We got one. Go on.
However, maybe he really just liked Mick Jagger and really wanted to be Mick Jagger as a kid. And his wife just left him, so he was really upset. And now he's drinking, and he says, "I'm Mick Jagger." Goes and tries to dance, tries to sway the cashier. You know, maybe he's secretly homosexual and trying to come out and tell everybody now.
What? But why is he sad about his wife leaving him and there's his chance to be gay and free?
Because he's
See, it's
alone now,
too many
Carlos. He's alone
holes in this
now.
story.
He's
Too many
he's
holes.
alone.
All
He's
buttholes.
it could be. It could be. So I have to say, yeah, it's a little challenging to defend this one. This one's a little dumb. A little dumb.
Yeah, this is too stupid
This
for.
one's a little stupid. I can defend the lawnmower, but
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
with you. I'll take the lawnmower, but this guy's too goddamn. Come on,
yeah, it's too dumb.
pick
However,
someone else.
I'd love to see that video though.
I know this is where security camera footage needs to be released.
I would like to see the footage. Okay, all right, you got me. That was good. Took you 6 stories, but you got me.
I know.
Let's see if you can do it again. Let's see if you can do it
Let's
again.
see if we can do it again. Okay. Ooh, I don't know. This one's gonna be tough. Now we're getting to the final 3, so you know these are gonna get crazy.
He's gonna get crazier.
So, an argument over a cigarette escalated into full cannibalism when a Florida man bit off his neighbor's entire ear. Apparently, the guy asked for a cigarette, was denied, and he decided the most logical fucking follow-up was to Mike Tyson his ass. Police found the ear on the ground and the suspect covered in regret and Marlboro ash. The worst part, the man told police that he didn't mean to bite the whole thing off, just a nibble. Apparently, a gentleman's chomp, if you will. So, you know your state has issues when asking for a goddamn cigarette turns into the fucking Walking Dead. What the fuck, Ron? This was in Boca Raton, Florida.
In Boca, really? Wow, that's so. How do we know this neighbor wasn't a cock before and owed him a cigarette? Okay, he bit his ear off. So what? So what? Did Mike
This is a
Tyson
jail, Ron. You can't fucking just go around biting people's ears off.
Did Mike Tyson go to jail for biting Evander Holyfield's ear?
He got banned from boxing.
Okay, that's not jail. And he didn't get banned from boxing because he boxed again.
Yeah, because they brought him back, but he couldn't box for a while. He got suspended.
I remember watching the Lewis Tyson fight on HBO or whatever, pay-per-view or whatever it was. Yeah.
Yeah, then he got crushed, but
he did lose that match. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I think the neighbor who had the cigarettes was a prick, and he probably deserved to get his ear bitten off.
So I guess it depends on how mean the neighbor was about it. Like if he's just like, "No, I'm sorry, I'm down to my last one."
No,
and then
man.
he lunged at him.
But you owe me a cigarette. Nah, I ain't giving you shit, bro. And then he just goes and bites his fucking ear. Yeah, I get it. Because sometimes you really need that cigarette. If you just think of it like this, if you just would have given him one fucking cigarette, which is worth what, 50 cents, $1 on the street, or however, I don't know what a Lucy costs anymore. There you go. You know, it would have been just done. There would have been no ear biting. It would have been, it's one fucking cigarette. No, but the guy wanted to be a prick. Deserved it. And he didn't mean to bite the whole ear off. He just wanted a nibble.
He just wanted a nibble.
That's all it was.
He was just a little hungry.
But he just went chomp, chomp on the ear. Yeah, so I'm sorry. No. The guy had it coming. Just like in Chicago. He had it coming. Just like
I will say I'm 50-50 on this one, only because I think it's horrifying to jump someone and bite their fucking ear off. But it depends how mean the guy was. Obviously,
it's not cannibalism. It's not cannibalism. He didn't eat him. He just
but if
bit
he was
his
a
ear
fucking
off.
asshole about it, and this, who knows? So I'm gonna go 50-50 here. I still think that I'm not with you altogether, but
That's fine. I
I
don't
would
expect you
maybe
to.
see a punch to the face, depending on the altercation that took place. But you know, anywho, down to the final two.
Okay. I mean, at least there were no bath salts involved in this one. You know, the guy ate the face that one time in Miami.
That's right. Well, I figured everyone knows that story, so we can't. And
Yeah,
that's
no,
how do you,
that's why I'm calling it back. Like, it's just a great
That's
Florida
right.
story. I think that's how the whole Florida man thing really started. Was that shit?
Yeah,
That might have been the
probably.
real popularity launch. But
I
yeah,
think probably. Anywho, we have this. The second to last one happened in Orlando, Florida, which I'm very familiar with,
okay.
home of the Disney World. When cops tried to arrest a man outside a Walmart for blocking traffic and acting
Shit.
erratically, it's always a Walmart.
It's
He didn't
always Walmart.
flee in a car or on foot. No. He instead busted out cartwheels like he was auditioning for Cirque du Soleil on meth. He literally flipped his way across the parking lot as if physics couldn't catch him. Eventually, though, of course, police caught up with him mid-routine and tackled him down to the ground. And he was arrested for resisting arrest, disorderly conduct, and felony level cringe. He later told police that he was just expressing himself, which is what all Olympic gymnasts say before they land in jail, of course. Again, Orlando, Florida. What the fuck? Are you standing outside a Walmart being weird? How are you going to run away doing cartwheels, man? Excuse the shit, Ron.
Here's the funny thing. Once again, there was a word used in that article. Eventually, they caught him. So how long was he doing this routine before they actually caught him?
How many flips did he get? Because they could have been pretty impressive, actually, if he got like 30 flips.
Huge. They are huge. So it's very possible that, yeah, listen. Okay, he was disrupting traffic and then doing a routine. Why does he need to be arrested? What did he do?
The disrupting traffic.
In a parking lot? Give me a fucking break. The old lady taking nine minutes.
Parking lots are a nightmare to get out.
The old people that take nothing against old people. I'll be there one day, but they take 9 minutes to cross. And like, oh, thank you for letting me go. You're welcome. I wait.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, you're disrupting traffic because you're taking fucking forever.
It's a nightmare to get out of Walmart already. You don't need to fucking add backflip McGee's.
Do you need to arrest the child for running into in the middle of the parking lot and disrupting my traffic?
No, but you could tase them to make him hurry up.
You could, but they're, I'm sorry. Guy did nothing
Guarantee he wouldn't fucking do that again.
Did nothing wrong. Did nothing wrong. And I'm impressed he's doing backflips on meth.
That is very impressive.
That is impressive.
And in the Florida heat, too, and the parking lot.
It is very hot.
And on concrete, in a Walmart parking lot, that gravel.
Yeah,
has to hurt your hands.
I know it well. Carlos.
Yeah, those parking lots. It doesn't matter where you are; they're all the same, massive and super hot. So it is impressive. I'm not negating that what he's doing wasn't awesome in some way. Like, yeah, I couldn't do that. I can't do one backflip. Nevertheless, run away from police in backflips. But why not just run? If he's trying to get away, why wouldn't you just run?
Listen. That may be so. However, the officer may be faster, but the idea of an officer doing backflips and being afraid to get or whatever flips or cartwheels and being afraid to get close to them because they might get kicked in the face from the cartwheel or backflip. Yeah, exactly. I think it's brilliant.
That's true. Yeah, cartwheels.
Have you ever playing WWE with your friends and somebody does a cartwheel and kicks you in the face? Shit hurts, man.
It does hurt. It does hurt. I have been kicked by a cartwheel before. It does.
It fucking hurts.
It does indeed hurt. Fuck, I hate to give you that one, but it is.
He did nothing wrong.
Imagine if he was wearing like cowboy boots too, or something like hard. That could be painful.
Right? A little steel toe boot, right in the face. Yeah. Right, yeah. Now you're missing a tooth. Now you're gonna be shit pictures for your wedding. Look at that.
I also think, someone's dancing, just move out. It's like, fuck, I'm agreeing with you. Fine. I'll give you this one. This one I can agree with you. This one, maybe the police They just relocated the guy to the sidewalk.
And
told
you
him
mentioned a taser. Why didn't they just taser his ass while he's car wheeling?
yeah, that's true. And you know, he should have just been allowed to dance on his own.
Also, how do you know he was probably a former Disney employee?
That's true.
Mhm.
Maybe he was trying to get a job.
Maybe.
He did say he was just trying to express himself. So
But listen,
maybe he was naturalizing himself first.
maybe. You know, Orlando is one of the more progressive cities in Florida, a little more open, but you still have pockets of hate. So he wanted to express himself in the. See now it's a conversation of were they being homophobic, the officers, because he wanted to
Maybe.
express himself. This is
Oh God! Now you're really firmly on this side of the guy. Fine. I didn't
yeah.
expect this. Okay.
If a teenager was doing cartwheel, like would they arrest them? No, probably not. Hey, kids, you stop it. But no, this man, older, wanted to finally express himself. A lot of hate in
Wow.
Florida, Carlos.
Wow. I'll give it to you.
Thank
Okay.
you. Mhm.
Okay. And well, before we get to the final story, I
Talk to
do
me.
have one story that will help redeem Florida a little bit
I have done it enough, but I'd like to hear this anyway. Go
because
on.
this guy is a fucking legend. I have to
Me?
say.
It's not me.
No, it isn't you.
Is it my dad?
Yeah, for leaving you.
I want to thank the FratChat Podcast. This has been great. Thank you so much.
I'm just kidding. Sort of.
Oh, God, I want to put hot sauce in my eyes.
Oh,
Good thing he
what
doesn't
is?
listen to this.
Yes. So this one happened in Holiday, Florida. This story.
Okay, I know Holiday. Yeah.
And this literally.
It's also in Pasco County. Go on.
Well, this man became a legend because this was caught on video and it ended up on social media. But this dude became a legend. He was an old man when he jumped into a pond with a cigar in his mouth and physically wrestled an alligator to save his tiny dog in the water. The fucking old man.
I have seen this video.
He didn't scream. He didn't panic. There was no fear in his eyes. No, you can literally see the video of him casually prying the gator's jaws open like he's fucking unboxing a goddamn microwave. The dude is also like shirtless, of course, because this is Florida and sleeves are fucking suggestions. And again, what makes this even more Florida is that even like is than the gator is the fact that he never dropped his goddamn cigar. He was out there fighting this fucking killing machine with one hand, keeping his cigar in there lit with the other, and still was able to fucking save his dog, who was fine. And the gator probably had to go to therapy after the fact, after
probably
fighting this
now, if I remember correctly, this gator wasn't crazy big.
No, it was not that big, but still, like it was in the water. And he literally like stuck his hand, and then that water's murky as fuck. It would have been so hard to see. And he literally stuck his hand that came out, and he was still in the water. And note again, that's a baby gator, which means there's probably a mama nearby somewhere.
No, I mean that is Florida in a nutshell. If
there's water anywhere in Florida, I don't get in it.
So anything with fresh water, always be wary of. Always.
Yeah. Even pools.
Pools are usually clear.
Oh yeah, but I've seen like because I used to have a little house in Florida. We had to have like netting because if the nuns that didn't,
they found, Florida?
Yeah, in Orlando for years.
Really?
Yep.
Well.
That's
that explains
visiting America
for this episode right here.
No, I should have never said that. I take it back. I've never been to Florida. I can read at a normal level. I swear.
Yeah, no, I can't. But there you go, baby. Now.
Yeah. But yeah, in Florida, there's fucking. I've literally seen the stories of fucking alligators in people's pools. They say anywhere in the South, from South Carolina below, if there's a little body of water, doesn't matter how small it is, even if it's rainwater, there's probably an alligator in it or a crocodile.
100%.
Yes, definitely don't go swimming like idiots.
where I live, there's the gator chances are very slim where I live.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not by any like golf courses that where the gator would venture
Right.
over kind of thing. So, however, we do have coyotes and shit out there. So I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, Florida's crazy. And there's fucking like crazy snakes too, because people have released them into the wild.
I was talking to my buddy, anacondas and shit, the 20-foot pythons. I was talking to
Mm-hmm.
my buddy last night, and he went to go visit his brother in Miami, and he sees this sign that says Panther Crossing, and he's like, it was
What?
Victor, by the way. It was Victor, by the way,
Oh,
and
nice.
he's like, is that real? And his brother's like, yeah, that's real. He's like, take me back to the fucking airport. If
That's
Panther Crossing
crazy.
is a real thing, which it is a real thing. No, this is not one thing. It was Fort Myers. Yeah. Yeah. It's
Wow.
not far from the Everglades. You have wild panthers there.
Yeah.
Florida is some people call Florida the Australia of the United States.
Yeah, it kind
It's
of
very,
is. It
it
really
really
is. You
is.
can get eaten by anything.
Like,
And like the mob has such an easy time disposing of bodies there because you just throw them in a fucking anywhere
like,
and
like
it gets eaten.
like people sitting on grass here up north. It's like, I would never sit on grass in Florida because I'm going to get bit by
No.
fucking fire ants in
Mm.
5 minutes.
Yeah, I got bitten by fire ants in Florida
Oh
before.
God,
That
I've laid on a
fucking
cactus in
sucked.
Florida. Yeah, I mean, fucking don't ask. Just it's just fucking wild down there. But you got one more.
I'm
But
glad we both agree. Fuck Florida. Thanks, Ron.
no, I never said that. No, son of a bitch. I love my state. However, that guy should have a fucking statue. He saved
Yeah.
his dog, kept his cigar, and didn't technically hurt the gator or himself. Man,
Right.
he
Put it
preserved
back. It
life.
was cool.
However, I will fault him on one thing. Why the fuck is your dog so close to that body of water?
Yeah, you should know. You should know if there's water, there's gators, and your dog shouldn't be anywhere near it.
No, never. I would never put my dog near the water. No, 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 no. Especially fresh water. Absolutely not.
And if it was a bigger gator, it would have been gone.
Oh,
It
yeah.
would have
I
been a
think
one
it was
biter.
like a chihuahua or something like that.
Yeah, it was like a little Chihuahua thing.
Yeah, something like
So I
that.
would have 1,000% would have been gone.
But the dude was
And
older too. But he was just it's a pretty fucking cool story. If you go look at it, if you've never watched it before,
yeah,
it's
he was like
amazing.
at least in his mid 70s, maybe even 80.
I would say,
he was an older.
yeah, he was an older guy. It's late 60s, early 70s, easily.
Yeah, he had that like barrel belly, but like still kind of like muscular little old
Like you
man
could tell he was
arms.
in Vietnam, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
like
exactly.
absolutely. He's
Oh,
kind of
dude.
racist, but he's still funny, you know.
So
Like
racist, but like it's all in good favor, good fun, you know. Like
right. He doesn't hate my people, but
no, he doesn't hate you. He doesn't think you should be here, but he doesn't hate you at the same
right,
time.
exactly.
Yeah.
Anyways,
You got one more story for me, Carlos.
the final story. Let's see
go,
if you can
baby.
defend this.
Let's go.
Of course, we also have to include an alligator for this one. You know, for the benefit of making Florida look good, and also for the yin to the yang factor. And this happened in I'm going to butcher this, Loxahatchee, Florida.
That sounds about right. Loxahatchee, I think that's right. Yeah. Let me see. I need to spell it.
Loxahatchee.
Loxahatchee. Yeah, that's it.
Loxahatchee. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Good job.
So yeah, thank you.
I think I'm saying it right. Loxahatchee. Yeah.
Not mariachi, Loxahatchee. People, write that down. And nope, this.
Get your finger out of my Loxahatchee.
I have to preface this that every single story we read here is true. So note that this really fucking happened.
And I may have mentioned this before, but the reason why stories in Florida come out so quickly is because the moment they get put into police files and stuff, they immediately become public record. Immediately. It's not like I think New York has a waiting time. Florida, it's immediate. So that's why you see Florida man stories so often.
And people love them. So
I forget the name of the law,
that's a
but
good
yeah.
factor. So you mentioned that a couple episodes ago that
Yeah.
you were on, but it's good for this one, obviously. Okay, so no, this really happened. A Florida man drove up to a Wendy's, ordered his food, and then casually chucked a 3.5-foot live alligator through the drive-through window. His excuse? It was a prank, bro. The staff was understandably not laughing, especially the one who had to dodge a fucking flying reptile mid-frosty prep. And the best part, the man didn't even get the food first. So he basically fucking threw this alligator in, wasted his money, and still ended up on an empty stomach. which is more dangerous. He was arrested and charged with assault with a deadly animal, which again only exists in Florida. The gator, by the way, ended up being
Welcome to
relocated
Florida.
safely.
Welcome to
So
Florida, where we weaponize pizza and gators.
that's right. Assault with a deadly animal. That's a real charge. A Florida charge. That's wild. And again, the gator was relocated safely and
Oh, good.
possibly has PTSD. I'm sure hates humans now. But yeah. How the fuck do you defend going to Wendy's, ordering your food, paying for it, not even getting your food, and chucking a fucking alligator at someone and saying it's a prank?
That is something. Yeah, that is something I could see my young self doing. Something stupid like that. Maybe not a gator, but definitely throwing some. Maybe not a live animal, but definitely like, okay, thank you. Run!
Yeah, at least you get your food first and then do the
Yeah,
thank you run.
I'm overweight. Of course, I would get my food first.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I'm not paying for Wendy's and not eating it. I'll tell you that much.
But why? How do we get a? I don't defend him having a gator. That's not cool. Leave the wildlife alone.
I mean, to be fair, there's more gators than people in Florida. You can probably find one right now if you want to.
However, I do think, yeah, I mean, I don't think he intended to hurt anybody. And if it was a little gator, it's not going to do any damage.
3.5 foot. It's still that's big. Tiny. I know it's teeny for a gator, but that will break your hand off.
It's tiny, Carlos. It's tiny.
That's like almost as tall as you, dude.
Listen, bitch.
I have to do one. The show's almost over. I have to do one.
Yeah, I am 5'4" for those people wondering. Yeah. Fuck yeah. My little hands. Yeah. So it's adorable. You know, like really so naturalize yourself. Anyway.
Yes.
Anyway.
I shall. Oh yeah, Simo. Oh god.
The fact that that's pre-recorded, that's wonderful. Anyway, I miss you, Simo. Yeah, I don't think he obviously was just a dumbass. He didn't try to hurt anybody. I think that's assault with a deadly animal. What the fuck is that? Who made that up?
I mean, that's shit that happens in Florida.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
You gotta have crimes.
I community service. But here's the thing. If you were going, what were his charges again? Can you read those again to me?
Assault with a deadly animal. Literally.
That's it?
That's right. That's like assault with a deadly weapon. That's pretty bad.
So, but we're missing. He should also be charged with taking the animal out of wildlife. That's a big no-no in Florida. I hate it when transplants people move down there and they think they can do whatever they want with the wildlife. It's like, no, you fucking can't. Leave the wildlife alone.
Well, this is Florida man, so you know he's one of the people.
Still, not everyone is a Florida man, Carlos. So I
this
think
guy was Ron.
This
it's
guy,
your job to excuse him. And I don't think you can. That's why you're bringing transplants into this and trying to fucking do what MAGA does over there and bring in other shit and move and bring in the foreigners. Bring in the foreigners, Ron. Yeah.
Listen, I think that charge was a bit much.
You just said that you wanted him to be charged for something else too.
Yes, but I think that's the wrong charge of the assault with a deadly animal.
So what do you think what do you think the charges should be?
It should definitely be something pertaining to wildlife endangerment and things like that.
Okay.
That's what it should be. However, can I defend him on this? You threw a gator at somebody. It's kind of difficult. I mean, I understand it was probably a prank, but you threw a gator at somebody, man. Like, and obviously, and like I said, 3.5 feet. That's small because you have to be able to throw the gator
through the window, through the little crevice. Because they opened that window pretty quick.
And if he got the gator in there, that's impressive. That's impressive.
So he had it like on his lap, ready to go, essentially. Order his food, and this gator must have been like drugged or chill or something, or loved the guy.
Probably chill, yeah.
It's like, like what? Like, how does this gator not fucking like try to eat this man while in his car?
It may not have been hungry and was just being chill, and then and it was also, man, Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm sorry. Guy's an asshole. Can't defend him. He endangered wildlife. No, fuck him.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad we're ending.
Fuck him.
I'm glad we're ending again. Fuck you, Florida. From Ron
No.
Prendimano. Not me.
No.
I love you still. Keep listening to the show. Ron hates you.
Oh,
But that was our list of the top 10 most Florida stories that Ron just had to defend with the Florida Man Files featuring Ron Prendimano. And Ronnie will be back. We're going to do this again, especially
we'll do it again.
we have Simo again. Of course, you can give Ronnie a follow on Instagram at Rev_Ron_. I'm the fucking. I got this, Ron. I got you. Sit over there and you fucking let me do my thing. At Rev_Ron_Prendimano. Check it out.
Got these weed socks in Florida.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
And actually, if you follow him on Instagram now, as the time at this release this week, we're putting out a little sketch that we recorded for a conference. That's it's very funny stuff. I'm going to put out a full version that is very hilarious. So check that out.
That's fun.
It will be on his website, but also you can check it out on mine because we'll be collabing on that shit. You can give me a follow. Check out my website, carlosgarciacomedy.com, and you can give me follow me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, and all those bad boys at Carlos Does the World and Carlos Does World on Twitter/X. And last but not least, make sure shoot us an email. If you have a topic, you have a question, anything to say, send us an email, fratchatpodcast@gmail.com. And make sure you give the show a follow at FratChat Podcast on Instagram, on Facebook, on Threads, on Twitter, on YouTube. And make sure wherever you're listening to, if you can, make sure you hit that follow button and give us a 5-star review. All of those reviews count, and we read them and we love them. So thank you so much. We have almost 5 stars on Apple Pod, which makes me very happy. So thank you so much, you guys. Keep following, keep liking, and this will be the time where I would have Mr. Simo motion to adjourn this meeting, but he's not here, so you got to do it, Mr. Mo or Mr. Ron.
Motion to adjourn.
Does it with hot sauce. I second. That is very Florida for a very Florida episode. And of course, we'll be back next week with another edition of the greatest podcast in the history of podcast and time. It's the FratChat Podcast. I'll see ya.
Naturalize.
Go naturalize yourselves, everyone. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Simo.